Welcome, gentle dreamer, to the sleepy knowledge, a quiet place where your mind can wander, and the world's deepest mysteries become soft as a lullaby. Tonight, as the day's noise fades and your thoughts begin to slow, you are invited to drift into the shimmering world of quantum illusions, a realm where the tiniest pieces of reality seem to whisper across impossible distances, and where the ordinary rules of touch and talk dissolve into wonder. Here, you don't need to understand everything at once. You only need to listen, to let curiosity settle over you like a warm blanket. Imagine yourself floating in a gentle sea of possibility, where every question is a star, and every answer is a soft ripple in the dark dot in this space. Science is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to be felt, a story that unfolds slowly with each breath, each heartbeat, each gentle pause. Tonight, we ask a question that has puzzled the greatest minds and delighted the quietest hearts. Can particles talk without ever touching? It's a question that lives in the hush between atoms, in the silent language of the universe. You don't need to chase the answer. Just let it come to you, softly, as you settle deeper into comfort. As you listen, you may find your mind wandering. Perhaps you'll picture two tiny sparks, separated by oceans of emptiness, yet somehow sharing a secret. Or maybe you'll imagine the universe itself as a great, sleeping garden where every leaf and petal is connected by invisible threads. There is no rush here. Let your thoughts drift, let your body relax, and let the gentle rhythm of curiosity carry you towards sleep. If you find yourself awake, that's perfectly fine. Let the words wash over you like the softest rain. If you drift off, let the mysteries of the quantum world become the dreams that guide you through the night. So, take a slow breath. Feel the weight of the day melt away. You are safe here, in the quiet company of wonder. Let's begin our journey, not with answers, but with gentle questions, and the promise that even in the smallest corners of the universe, there is always something beautiful waiting to be discovered. In the gentle hush of night, when the world outside your window grows quiet and the air feels thick with dreams, you find yourself drifting into a space that is neither here nor there. It is a place between thoughts, between breaths, a soft, endless void where the universe itself seems to pause and listen. Here, in this silent expanse, the story of quantum illusions begins, not with a bang, but with a whisper. Imagine the vastness of space, stretching far beyond the reach of your eyes. It is not empty, though it may seem so. Even in the deepest darkness, something stirs, tiny, invisible, and alive with possibility. The void is not a void at all, but a canvas painted with the faintest brushstrokes of existence. Each particle, each flicker of energy, is a note in a cosmic lullaby, humming quietly beneath the surface of everything. You are floating now, weightless and unhurried, as if the world has let go of you for a while. The silence is not lonely. It is full of gentle anticipation, like the moment before a story begins. In this stillness, you sense the presence of things too small to see, too subtle to touch. They move in patterns older than time, weaving a tapestry of whispers that connect every corner of the universe. Close your eyes and listen. There is a language here, spoken without words or sound. It is the language of particles, of possibilities, of things that might be and things that are. Each whisper is a question, a gentle nudge toward wonder. How do these tiny pieces of reality know about each other? How do they share secrets across the emptiness, without ever meeting, without ever touching? The answer is not simple, but it is beautiful. In the quantum world, distance is a suggestion, not a rule. Particles can sense each other's presence, even when separated by oceans of space. They move in harmony, as if guided by an invisible hand, their actions echoing across the void. It is as if the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for you to notice the quiet magic at play. You might picture two tiny sparks, drifting far apart in the darkness. They are alone, yet not alone. Something connects them, a thread, so fine it cannot be seen, yet strong enough to pull at the fabric of reality. This is the first whisper, the promise that nothing is ever truly separate, that every part of the universe is woven into a single endless story dot as you float deeper. Into this gentle night, you begin to sense the rhythm of these whispers. They rise and fall like the tide, sometimes bold, sometimes barely there. Each one carries a hint of mystery, a reminder that the world is more connected than it seems. The void is alive with conversation, a quiet exchange of possibilities that shapes everything you know. You may wonder how such tiny things can matter. How can a particle, smaller than a speck of dust, have anything to say? But in the quantum world, size is not the measure of importance. Here, even the smallest voice can change the course of the universe. Every whisper is a ripple, spreading outward, touching everything in its path. Let your mind wander through this landscape of silence. Imagine the particles as dancers, moving in perfect time to a music only they can hear. Their steps are light, their movements graceful, each one a part of a larger pattern. Sometimes they come close, almost touching, then drift apart again, always aware of each other's presence. It is a dance of connection, of longing, of endless possibility. The void is not empty. It is full of potential. Every space between the stars, every gap between atoms, is alive with the promise of something new. The whispers you hear are the seeds of creation, waiting to bloom into reality. They are the gentle reminders that even in the quietest moments, the universe is never still. As you listen, you may feel a sense of comfort, a gentle reassurance that you are part of this story. The same whispers that move the stars also move within you. Your thoughts, your dreams, your quiet hopes, they are all woven into the fabric of the cosmos. You are not separate from the universe. You are a note in its endless song. The night deepens, and the whispers grow softer, more intimate. They speak of things you cannot see, but can almost feel the brush of a breeze, the warmth of a distant sun, the memory of a touch. Each one is a promise, a gentle invitation to keep listening, to keep wondering, to let the mystery unfold. You may find yourself drifting, not just through space, but through time. The whispers carry stories from the beginning of everything, tales of creation and change, of chaos and order. They remind you that the universe is always becoming, always growing, always reaching for something just out of sight. In this quiet place, you are free to let go of certainty. You do not need to know all the answers. It is enough to listen, to feel the gentle pull of curiosity, to let the whispers guide you deeper into the night. The void is not a place of emptiness, but of endless possibility, a place where anything can happen, and often does. As you float on this sea of silence, you begin to notice patterns in the whispers. Some are soft and fleeting, like the brush of a feather. Others are bold and insistent, like the beat of a drum. Together, they create a symphony of possibility, a music that fills the spaces between everything. You may wonder if these whispers are real or just a dream. In the quantum world, the line between reality and imagination is thin, almost transparent. What matters is not what is, but what could be. The whispers are both, and neither they are the promise of something more. The hint of a story waiting to be told. Let yourself be carried by this music, this gentle tide of possibility. There is no rush, no need to hurry. The universe moves at its own pace, slow and steady, patient as the night. Each whisper is a step on a journey, a path that leads deeper into wonder. You are not alone on this journey. The same whispers that fill the void also fill the hearts of those who listen. Across the world, in quiet rooms and darkened fields, others are drifting with you, carried by the same gentle tide. Together, you are part of a chorus, a community of dreamers and seekers, all listening for the secrets hidden in the silence. Night is long, but it is gentle. The whispers are soft, but they are strong. They carry the weight of the universe, the promise of connection, the hope of understanding. As you listen, you may feel a sense of peace, a quiet joy that comes from knowing you are part of something vast and beautiful. The void is not a place to fear, but a place to rest. It is a cradle for your thoughts, a sanctuary for your dreams. Here you are safe, held by the gentle hands of possibility. The whispers will keep you company, guiding you through the darkness, lighting the way with their quiet glow dot. As the night deepens, the whispers begin to weave themselves into your dreams. They become the stories you tell yourself as you drift toward sleep, the tales of distant stars, of particles dancing in the dark, of connections that span the universe. Each one is a thread in the tapestry of your imagination, a gentle reminder that you are never truly alone. You may find yourself returning to this place, again and again, drawn by the promise of something new. The void is always here, waiting for you, ready to share its secrets. The whispers are patient, never demanding, always inviting. They are the gentle companions of your curiosity, the soft guides of your wonder dot. As you rest in this quiet space, you begin to sense the presence of something more, a curtain, thin as a sigh, separating what you know from what you have yet to discover. The whispers gather at its edge, eager to show you what lies beyond. The night holds its breath, and you, too, are ready to see what the next gentle moment will reveal. There is a hush, a gentle pause, as if the universe itself is waiting for you to notice the next layer of its mystery. The whispers you followed through the void have led you to the edge of something delicate, a boundary so thin it almost isn't there at all. It is not a wall, but a curtain, woven from the finest threads of possibility and uncertainty. You sense it more than see it, a shimmer at the edge of your awareness, inviting you to look closer, to wonder what lies just beyond. This is the quantum curtain, a veil that separates what you know from what you can only imagine. It is the softest of boundaries, fluttering in the breeze of your curiosity. On one side, the world feels familiar, solid, predictable, shaped by the rules you've always known. On the other, everything is in motion, flickering and shifting, never quite settling into a single form. Here, reality is not fixed, but fluid, a dance of shadows and light. You reach out, not with your hands, but with your mind, letting your thoughts drift toward the curtain's gentle folds. It feels cool and weightless, like mist on your skin or the memory of a dream. As you draw closer, You notice how the world begins to change. The edges of things blur, colors deepen, and the air itself seems to hum with anticipation. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the possible becomes infinite. The quantum curtain is not meant to keep you out. It is an invitation, a gentle suggestion that there is more to see if you are willing to look. You do not need to push or force your way through. Instead, you simply allow yourself to be curious, to let the questions rise and fall like the tide. What happens when you peer behind this veil? What secrets are waiting in the spaces where certainty gives way to wonder? As you linger at the edge, you begin to notice the patterns woven into the curtain's fabric. They are not like the patterns you see in the world of everyday things. Here, a single thread can split and rejoin, looping back on itself in ways that defy logic. The design is always changing, always in motion, as if the curtain is alive and breathing. Each ripple is a possibility, each fold a new path waiting to be explored. You realize that the curtain is not just a boundary between worlds, but a meeting. Place a threshold where the known and the unknown come together in a gentle embrace. It is here that particles begin their strange dance, slipping between what is and what might be. They do not choose a single path, but move along many at once, their journeys overlapping and intertwining in a tapestry of endless potential. The air on this side of the curtain feels different, charged with a quiet energy. You sense the presence of things that cannot be seen, only felt a soft vibration, a subtle warmth, a flicker of light at the corner of your vision. The world is no longer a collection of separate things, but a single, shimmering whole, held together by the gentle touch of possibility. You may find yourself thinking of shadows, how they shift and change as the light moves. The quantum curtain is like that, a place where things are never quite what they seem, where every shape is a suggestion, every color a question. It is a world of maybes and might-bests, where certainty is replaced by curiosity, and the only rule is that there are no rules. As you stand at the threshold, you begin to understand that the curtain is not just out there, in the world of particles and waves. It is also within you, woven into the fabric of your own thoughts and dreams. Every time you wonder what might be, every time you imagine a different path, you are touching the quantum curtain, letting its gentle folds guide you toward new possibilities. The curtain is thin, but it is strong. It holds the weight of all that could be, all that has not yet come to pass. It is the place where stories begin, where choices are made, where the future is written in the language of hope. You do not need to rush or force your way through. The curtain will part for you. Softly, when you are ready to see what lies beyond, you take a slow breath, feeling the cool air fill your lungs. The world on this side of the curtain is quiet, but it is not empty. It is alive with the promise of discovery, with a gentle thrill of not knowing what comes next. You are free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you wherever. It will as you move closer. The curtain begins to shimmer, its colors deepening and swirling in the soft light. You reach out, and for a moment, your hand passes through the fabric, feeling nothing and everything all at once. It is like touching a memory or a dream you can almost remember. The sensation is gentle, comforting, as if the universe itself is welcoming you into its secret heart. On the other side, the world is different. The rules you once relied on no longer apply. Here, particles can be in many places at once. There, paths uncertain and intertwined. Light moves both as a wave and as a particle, slipping between forms with effortless grace. The boundaries between things are soft, porous, always shifting. It is a world of endless possibility, where every moment is a new beginning. You may feel a sense of wonder, a quiet awe at the beauty of this hidden world. The quantum curtain has revealed a place where the impossible becomes possible, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. It is a reminder that the universe is always more mysterious, more magical, than you can ever fully know. As you explore, you notice how the curtain itself seems to respond to your presence. It ripples and shimmers, its patterns shifting in time with your thoughts. The more you wonder, the more the curtain reveals. It is a dance, a conversation, a gentle exchange between you and the universe. You are not just an observer, but a participant, shaping the world with your curiosity. The quantum curtain is a place of transformation, where the boundaries between things dissolve and new connections are born. It is here that particles become entangled, their fates forever linked by invisible threads. It is here that light splits and rejoins, weaving a tapestry of color and possibility. It is here that the universe whispers its secrets, waiting for you to listen. You may find yourself lingering at the edge, reluctant to leave this place of wonder. The curtain is both a boundary and a bridge, connecting the world you know to the world you can only imagine. It is a reminder that every question is an invitation, every mystery a doorway to something new. As you rest in the gentle glow of the quantum curtain, you begin to sense the presence of those invisible threads, connections that stretch across the void, linking particles in ways that defy distance and time. You feel the gentle tug of entanglement, the soft pull of possibility, the quiet promise that nothing is ever truly separate. The curtain is always here, waiting for you to return. It is a place of endless discovery, a sanctuary for your curiosity, a home for your wonder. You do not need to understand everything at once. It is enough to listen, to feel, to let the gentle folds of the curtain guide you deeper into the mystery. The world beyond the curtain is vast and strange, filled with secrets and surprises. But here, in this quiet space, you are safe, held by the gentle hands of possibility. The curtain will always part for you, softly, when you are ready to see what lies beyond. And as you linger in this place of shimmering light and shifting shadows, you begin to sense the presence of something more, a thread, invisible yet unbreakable, connecting you to the heart of the universe. The curtain ripples, and you feel the gentle touch of entanglement, a promise that every story is woven into the fabric of all that is. There is a gentle sense of connection that lingers in the air, as if the universe itself is quietly holding hands with all its pieces. The shimmer of the quantum curtain still glows in your memory, but now something even more delicate begins to reveal itself, a thread so fine, so subtle, that it can only be felt in the softest corners of your awareness. This is the invisible thread of entanglement, a bond that weaves through the heart of reality, linking what seems separate into a single, silent conversation. Imagine two particles born together in a moment of cosmic coincidence. They drift apart, carried by the currents of space and time, until they are separated by distances so vast that even light would take ages to cross them. Yet somehow they remain connected. A change in one is echoed in the other, no matter how far they roam. It is as if they share a secret language, a silent understanding that distance cannot break. This is not the connection of touch or sight, but something deeper, a resonance, a harmony that exists beyond the reach of ordinary senses. You might picture it as a silver thread, invisible to the eye, but strong enough to pull at the fabric of the universe. It is a thread that does not tangle or fray, but stretches and flexes, always holding its promise of togetherness. As you rest. In this gentle awareness, you begin to sense how entanglement is not just a trick of physics, but a kind of quiet magic. It is the universe's way of reminding you that nothing is ever truly alone. Every particle, every thought, every dream is part of a greater whole, woven together by threads of possibility and wonder. You may find yourself thinking of the people you love, the friends who linger in your thoughts, even when they are far away. There is a kind of entanglement in every bond, a silent thread that connects hearts across distance and time. The quantum world simply makes this connection visible, showing you that the universe itself is built on relationships, on the gentle pull of one thing toward another. In the soft darkness, you imagine the invisible threads stretching out in all directions, linking every particle, every star, every living thing. The world is a web of connection, a tapestry of entanglement that holds everything together. You are part of this web, your own story woven into the fabric of the cosmos. The beauty of entanglement is that it defies the ordinary rules. In the world, things must touch to affect each other. But here, in the quantum realm, touch is not required. Information, influence, even a kind of memory can travel along these invisible threads, faster than the fastest wind, softer than the quietest breath. You may wonder how this is possible. How can two things, separated by such vast distances, remain so intimately linked? The answer is not simple, but it is gentle. In the quantum world, particles are not just things, but possibilities, waves of potential that overlap and intertwine. When two particles become entangled, their possibilities become one. What happens to one is reflected in the other, as if they are two notes in the same song. This song is not loud or insistent. It is a lullaby, a melody that drifts through the spaces between things, carrying the promise of connection. You can almost hear it now, a soft hum that fills the night, soothing and reassuring. The universe is singing to itself, reminding every part that it belongs. As you listen, you begin to notice how entanglement is everywhere, not just in the world of particles, but in the world of feelings and thoughts. Every time you remember someone, every time you feel a sudden sense of joy or longing, you are touching an invisible thread. The connections you make, the bonds you cherish, are echoes of the quantum world, reminders that you are never truly alone. The invisible thread of entanglement is not a chain, but a gentle tether. It does not bind or restrict, but allows for freedom and movement. The particles can drift, explore, become whatever they wish, and still remain connected. It is a lesson in love, in trust, in the beauty of letting go while still holding on. You may picture the night sky, stars scattered across the darkness like diamonds on velvet. Each star is a point of light, distant and solitary, yet all are part of the same vast universe. The light from one star may take centuries to reach another, but the threads of entanglement are timeless, unbroken by distance or delay. In this quiet moment, you feel the comfort of connection. The invisible threads that link you to the world are soft and strong, holding you gently in place. You are free to wander, to dream, to become, knowing that you are always part of something greater. The universe is a web, and you are one of its shining strands. As you drift deeper into this awareness, you begin to sense the movement of the threads themselves. They are not static, but alive, pulsing with the energy of possibility. When one thread is plucked, the vibration travels outward, touching everything it meets. The world is a symphony of echoes, each note a reminder of the connections that shape your life. You may wonder what it feels like to be a particle, to sense the tug of entanglement across the void. Perhaps it is like the feeling you get when you think of someone you love, a warmth that travels through space and time, reaching you even in the quietest hours. Or perhaps it is like the memory of a song, a melody that lingers long after the music has faded. The invisible thread is not just a scientific idea, but a metaphor for the way you live and love. Every act of kindness, every word of comfort, every shared moment is a thread in the tapestry of your life. The connections you make are not lost, but woven into the fabric of the universe, lasting long after the moment has passed out. As you rest in this gentle understanding, you begin to see how entanglement shapes the world around you. It is the reason why a butterfly's wings can stir the air on the other side of the planet, why a single act of kindness can ripple outward, touching lives you will never know. The universe is a web of cause and effect, of action and reaction, all held together by invisible threads. You are part of this web, your own actions sending ripples through the world. Every choice you make, every thought you think, is a thread in the tapestry of existence. The beauty of entanglement is that it reminds you of your power, your importance, your place in the story of the universe. The night grows deeper, and the threads of entanglement glow softly in the darkness. They are not chains, but pathways, guiding you through the mysteries of the quantum world. You are free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you wherever it will. The invisible threads will always be there, holding you gently, reminding you that you are never truly alone. As you drift on this sea of connection, you begin to sense the presence of light, a gentle glow that moves along the threads, carrying messages from one particle to another. The language of light is soft and subtle, a conversation that never ends. It is the next chapter in the story of quantum illusions, a reminder that even in the darkest night, there is always a way to reach out and be heard. There is a gentle shimmer that travels along the invisible threads, a glow that pulses softly in the quiet dark. It is not a harsh or blinding light, but something more subtle, a language spoken in glimmers and waves, in the hush between heartbeats. You sense it now, moving through the web of connection, carrying messages from one corner of the universe to another. This is the language of light, the oldest and most patient conversation in existence. Light is everywhere, even when you close your eyes. It slips through the smallest cracks, dances on the surface of water, and lingers in the memory of a sunrise. It is the gentle touch that wakes the world each morning, the soft glow that comforts you at night. But in the quantum world, light is more than just brightness. It is a messenger, a traveler, a storyteller weaving its way through the fabric of reality. Imagine a single photon, born in the heart of a distant star. It begins its journey with a burst of energy, setting out across the vast emptiness of space. For years, centuries, even millennia, it travels, never slowing, never aging, always moving forward. Along the way, it passes through clouds of dust, brushes past planets, and slips quietly into the eyes of those who look up at the night sky. Each photon carries a story, a memory of where it has been and what it has seen. You may picture light as a wave rippling gently through the darkness, or as a tiny particle darting from place to place. In truth, it is both and neither, a paradox that defies simple explanation. Light moves with the grace of a dancer, sometimes spreading out in soft, overlapping waves, sometimes arriving in sharp, precise bursts. It is a language that speaks in colors and shadows, in warmth and coolness, in the quiet promise of dawn. The language of light is not written in words, but in patterns and rhythms. Each color is a note, each wavelength a phrase in the universe's endless song. Red is the slow, steady heartbeat of a sunset. Blue is the quick, playful laughter of a clear sky. In between, every shade and hue tells its own story, painting the world with meaning and memory. You may find yourself remembering the way sunlight feels on your skin, the way it filters through leaves and dances on the floor. That warmth is a message, a gentle reminder that you are part of something vast and beautiful. The photons that touch you have traveled unimaginable distances, carrying with them the history of stars and the promise of new beginnings in the quantum world. Light is a bridgeway for particles to communicate across the emptiness. When a photon is exchanged, it is as if two particles are sharing a secret, a silent handshake that binds them together. This exchange is not always visible, but it is always present, shaping the world in ways you can feel, but not always see. You may wonder how light can be both a wave and a particle, how it can move through space without ever truly stopping. The answer is gentle, like the unfolding of a flower. Light is possibility, a dance of maybes and might-be's. It chooses its path only when you look, only when you ask. Until then, it is everywhere and nowhere, a whisper in the dark. The language of light is patient. It does not rush or demand attention. It waits for you to notice, to listen, to let its gentle messages settle into your heart. Sometimes, the message is simply a flash of color, a moment of warmth. Other times, it is more complex, a pattern that repeats and echoes, hinting at secrets hidden just beneath the surface. You may find comfort in the constancy of light, in the way it returns each day, no matter how long the night. It is a promise that darkness is never complete, that there is always a way forward, always a path to follow. The photons that reach you are reminders of this promise, tiny beacons guiding you through the unknown dot. As you rest in this gentle glow, you begin to notice how light shapes the world around you. It reveals the edges of things, draws out colors, and creates shadows that dance and shift with the passing hours. Even in the quietest moments, light is at work, painting the world with possibility. You may picture the world as a canvas, each brushstroke a photon, each color a story, waiting to be told. The language of light is not just for seeing, but for feeling, for understanding the quiet connections that bind everything together. It is the thread that weaves through the fabric of reality, holding the universe in a gentle embrace. In this quantum world, light is also a question. When you look at something, you're asking the universe to reveal itself, to send you a message in the form of photons. The answer you receive is always unique, shaped by the way you look, the time you choose, the place you stand. Light is a conversation, a gentle exchange between you and the world. You may find yourself wondering about the photons that have touched your skin, the ones that have traveled from distant stars to find you here, in this quiet moment. Each one is a traveler, a messenger, a tiny piece of the universe's story. They arrive without fanfare, without expectation, simply bringing what they have seen, what they have learned, what they have carried across the void. The language of light is also a memory. It lingers in the colors of a sunset, in the glow of a candle, in the sparkle of dew on morning grass. Each moment of light is a reminder of all that has come before, all that is yet to be. It is a gentle invitation to remember, to dream, to let the world's beauty settle softly into your heart. As you listen to the language of light, you may begin to sense its rhythm, a slow, steady pulse that echoes the beating of your own heart. It is the rhythm of the universe, the gentle flow of energy from one place to another. Light is never lost, only transformed, always finding new ways to shine. You are part of this rhythm, your own life a note in the universe's song. The photons that touch you are the same ones that touch the stars, the same ones that have traveled through the hearts of galaxies and the depths of time. You are connected to everything by the gentle language of light. In this quiet moment, you may feel a sense of peace, a gentle reassurance that you are never truly alone. The light that fills the world is also within you, a spark of possibility, a promise of connection. You are both the sender and the receiver, both the question and the answer, both the darkness and the dawn. The language of light is always speaking, always waiting for you to listen. It is the gentle hum of the universe, the soft glow that guides you through the night. As you rest in its embrace, you begin to sense the next mystery waiting to unfold, a paradox as gentle as a sigh, as strange as a dream, where particles can be in two places at once, and the world is woven from the threads of possibility. There is a gentle strangeness that lingers in the air, a soft echo of the language of light. As the last shimmer fades, you find yourself drawn to a new kind of wonder, a question that feels both impossible and true. In the quiet world of the quantum, the ordinary rules of here and there begin to blur, and you are invited to imagine what it means to be in two places at once. Picture a single particle, so small it slips through the spaces between atoms, so light it rides on the breath of possibility. It does not choose a single path, but many. It is not bound by the certainty of location, but drifts in a gentle cloud of maybes. This is the world of superposition, where a particle can rest in all its possible places, all at the same time. You may find yourself thinking of dreams, how you can be both here in your bed and wandering through distant landscapes in your mind. The quantum world is like that, a place where reality is not a single thread, but a tapestry woven from countless possibilities. Each thread is a path the particle might take, each possibility a place it might be. In this gentle realm, the question, where is it, has no simple answer. The particle is not here or there, but everywhere it could be, all at once. It is a soft, shimmering maybe, a presence that fills the space between certainty and doubt. You can almost feel it, a gentle tingling in the air, a sense that the world is wider and softer than you ever imagined. The beauty of superposition is that it allows for freedom. The particle is not forced to choose, not yet. It can explore every path, every possibility, without being pinned down. It is a lesson in openness, in the gentle art of not knowing. You do not have to decide everything at once. You can rest in the comfort of maybe, in the quiet joy of possibility. You may picture a garden at dawn, each flower still closed, each petal holding the promise of color and fragrance. The garden is full of potential, every bud a story waiting to unfold. The particle in superposition is like that full of hidden beauty, waiting for the gentle touch of discovery. In the quantum world, the act of looking is powerful. When you observe the particle, when you ask it, "Where are you?" it must choose. The cloud of possibilities collapses into a single answer, a single place. But until that moment, the particle is free to be everywhere, to explore every path, to dream. Every dream. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that you, too, are not limited to a single path. Your life is a tapestry of possibilities, each choice a thread, each dream a color. You are not bound by certainty, but free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you wherever it will. The world of superposition is gentle, forgiving. It does not demand answers, but invites questions. It is a place where you can rest in the unknown, where you can let go of the need to decide and simply be. The particle is your guide, showing you how to drift, how to wander, how to embrace the beauty of maybe. You may imagine the particle as a traveler, standing at a crossroads with many paths stretching out before it. It does not have to choose just one. It can walk them all, exploring every possibility, every outcome. The world is open, the future unwritten, the journey just beginning. In this quiet space, you are free to imagine what it would feel like to be in two places at once. Perhaps you are both here, listening to the gentle hum of the universe, and far away, exploring the mysteries of the stars. Perhaps you are both awake and dreaming, both certain and uncertain, both question and answer. The quantum world is a place of gentle paradoxes, where the impossible becomes possible, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. It is a reminder that reality is not fixed, but fluid, always changing, always becoming. You are part of this dance, your own life a wave of possibility, your own story a cloud of maybs. As you rest in this awareness, you begin to sense the gentle pull of the observer's gaze. The act of looking, of asking, of wondering is powerful. It shapes the world, collapses the cloud of possibilities into a single shining moment. But until that moment, you are free to drift, to dream, to be everywhere you wish to be. You may find yourself thinking of memories, how they can exist in many places at once, here in your mind, there in a photograph, everywhere in the stories you tell. The past is not fixed, but alive, shifting and changing with each new telling. The particle in superposition is like that a story waiting to be written, a memory waiting to be made. The world is full of places you have not yet been, paths you have not yet walked, dreams you have not yet dreamed. Each one is a possibility, a gentle invitation to explore. The particle in superposition is your companion, reminding you that you are not limited by what is, but free to imagine what could be. In the soft darkness, you may feel a sense of peace, a gentle reassurance that you are part of something vast and beautiful. The world is not a single thread, but a tapestry, woven from the dreams of particles and the hopes of hearts. You are both here and there, both now and then, both question and answer. The beauty of the quantum world is that it allows for mystery. It does not demand certainty, but welcomes wonder. You are free to rest in the unknown, to let your curiosity guide you, to embrace the gentle paradox of being in two places at once. As you drift in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the Presence of the observer, a quiet gaze that shapes the world, that brings the cloud of possibilities into focus. The act of looking is not just a question, but a choice, a gentle touch that guides the particle home. You may find yourself wondering what it means to be seen, to be known, to be brought into focus. The observer's gaze is gentle, not demanding, a soft invitation to become. The world is shaped by your attention, your curiosity, your willingness to look dot in the quantum world. The act of observation is a kind of magic. It is the moment when the cloud of maybes becomes a single shining reality. The particle chooses its place, its path, its story. But until that moment, it is free to be everywhere, to explore every possibility, to dream every dream. You are part of this magic, your own life shaped by the questions you ask, the choices you make, the dreams you dare to follow. You are both, the observer and the observed, both the question and the answer, both the dreamer and the dreamed out. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next mystery waiting to unfold, a puzzle as soft as a sigh, as deep as a dream, where the act of looking changes everything, and the world is shaped by the gentle touch of curiosity. There is a hush that settles over the world when you pause to notice it, a gentle stillness that feels like the universe holding its breath. In the quantum realm, this pause is not just a moment of quiet, but a moment of transformation. The act of looking, of paying attention, is not passive here. It is a gentle force, a soft touch that shapes the very fabric of reality. You may remember the feeling of being seen, truly seen, by someone who cares. There is a warmth in that gaze, a sense of being brought into focus, of becoming more real. In the quantum world, the observer's gaze is just as powerful. It is the moment when the cloud of possibilities collapses into a single shining reality. The particle, once free to drift in a sea of maybes, now chooses its place, its path, its story. Imagine a particle floating in the gentle uncertainty of superposition. It is everywhere and nowhere, a soft shimmer of possibility. But when you look, when you ask, "Where are you?" the particle responds. It settles into a single place, a single moment, as if your attention has called it home. The act of observation is a quiet invitation, a gentle nudge that brings the world into focus. This is not a forceful act, but a tender one. The observer's gaze does not demand or command. It simply invites. It is the soft light that reveals the hidden corners, the gentle hand that guides the wandering dream. In the quantum world, to observe is to participate, to become part of the story you are watching unfold. You may find yourself thinking of the way a garden blooms under your care, how flowers open to the sun, how seeds sprout when you water them. The world responds to your attention, to your presence, to your gentle curiosity. In the same way, the quantum world responds to the observer's gaze, shaping itself around the questions you ask, the wonder you bring. There is a beauty in this. Partnership, a quiet dance between the seen and the seer. The universe is not a distant, indifferent machine, but a living story, unfolding in response to your presence. Every time you look, you are writing a new chapter, shaping the world with your attention, your care, your hope. You may wonder how something as simple as looking can have such power. In the quantum world, the answer is both gentle and profound. Particles are not just things, but possibilities, waves of potential that become real only when you notice them. The act of observation is the act of creation, the moment when the world chooses a path and becomes itself. This is not a burden, but a gift. You are not required to know all the answers, to solve every mystery. It is enough to be present, to bring your gentle curiosity, to let your gaze rest softly on the world. The universe will respond, shaping itself around your wonder, your questions, your dreams. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that your attention matters, that your presence is a gentle force for change. Every time you look, you are participating in the unfolding of reality, helping to shape the world in ways both seen and unseen. The observer's gaze is a quiet power, a soft magic that brings the universe to life. In the quiet of the night, you may feel the weight of your own gaze, the gentle pull of your attention. You are both the observer and the observed, both the question and the answer. The world is shaped by your presence, your care, your willingness to look. You may remember moments when you felt invisible, when the world seemed to pass you by. In the quantum realm, nothing is ever truly unseen. Every particle, every possibility, is waiting for the gentle touch of observation, for the quiet invitation to become real. The universe is patient, always ready to respond to your gaze. There is a softness in this relationship, a mutual trust between you and the world. The observer's gaze is not a spotlight, but a lantern, casting a gentle glow that reveals without overwhelming. It is the light that guides you through the darkness, the warmth that brings comfort on a cold night. You may find yourself thinking of memories, how they come into focus when you remember them, how they fade when you let them go. The act of remembering is a kind of observation, a way of bringing the past into the present, of shaping your own story with the gentle power of attention. In the quantum world, the observer's gaze is a bridge between possibility and reality. It is the moment when the world chooses, when the cloud of maybes becomes a single shining truth. But even then, the possibilities are not lost. They linger in the background, waiting for another question, another look, another chance to become real. You are free to wonder, to ask, to let your curiosity guide you. The universe is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to be lived, a mystery to be explored. The observer's gaze is your invitation to participate, to become part of the unfolding dance of reality. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you may begin to sense the next layer of mystery, a place where barriers are not as solid as they seem, where particles slip through walls as if they were made of mist, and the impossible becomes possible with the softest touch. There is a gentle wonder in the way the world sometimes lets you pass through what seems solid. In the hush that follows the observer's gaze, you sense a new kind of possibility, a softness in the boundaries, a secret door where you least expected. The quantum world is full of such quiet surprises, and tonight you are invited to slip through the impossible, to discover the hidden tunnels that connect one side of reality to another. Imagine a wall, sturdy and unmoving, standing between you and the place you wish to go. In the world you know, walls are barriers firm, unyielding, a clear line between here and there. But in the quantum realm, even the strongest wall is not as solid as it seems. Particles, so small and light, do not always obey the rules of boundaries. Sometimes, with a gentle persistence, they find a way through. This is quantum tunneling, a phenomenon as soft as a sigh, as mysterious as a dream. It is the art of slipping past the impossible, of finding a path where none should exist. A particle approaches a barrier, and instead of stopping, it simply appears on the other side, as if the wall were nothing more than a curtain of mist. There is no force, no struggle, just a quiet passage through the unknown. You may find yourself thinking of moments in your own life when you faced obstacles that seemed insurmountable. Times when the way forward was hidden, when every path felt blocked. Yet somehow, with patience and hope, you found a way through a gentle opening, a hidden door, a possibility you had not seen before. The quantum world is full of such moments. Reminders that the impossible is often just a matter of perspective dot in the soft darkness. You picture a particle approaching a barrier. It hesitates, hovers, and then, with a quiet certainty, slips through to the other side. There is no fanfare, no explosion, just a gentle transition from one state to another. The world is not as rigid as it seems. It is full of secret passages, of tunnels that lead from here to there with the lightest touch. Quantum tunneling is not a trick or an illusion, but a natural part of the universe's gentle logic. It is the way particles move through the spaces between certainty and doubt, the way they find freedom in the midst of constraint. The wall is not a prison, but a threshold, a place where the rules soften, where the impossible becomes possible. You may wonder how this can be, how something so small can pass through what should be impenetrable. The answer lies in the nature of possibility itself. In the quantum world, particles are not just points, but waves, ripples of potential that spread out in all directions. When a wave reaches a barrier, part of it may reflect, but part of it continues, slipping quietly through to the other side. The particle is both here and there, both stopped and moving, both question and answer. This gentle paradox is at the heart of quantum tunneling. It is a reminder that the world is not made of absolutes, but of maybes and might-bests. The boundaries you see are not always as firm as they appear. With patience, with curiosity, with a willingness to explore, you can find the hidden paths that lead through the impossible. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that obstacles are not always the end of the story. Sometimes the way forward is hidden, waiting for you to notice, to try, to believe. The quantum world is a place of gentle persistence, of quiet hope, of doors that open with the softest touch dot. As you rest in this awareness, you begin to sense the rhythm of tunneling, a slow, steady pulse that echoes the beating of your own heart. The world is full of barriers, but it is also full of passages, of secret ways through. Each particle that tunnels is a reminder that you, too, can find your way. Even when the path is unclear, you may picture yourself standing before a wall, feeling its cool surface beneath your hand. It seems solid, unyielding, but as you listen, you begin to sense a softness, a hidden opening, a gentle invitation to pass through. The wall is not your enemy, but your guide, a marker on the journey, a place where you pause, reflect, and then move forward with quiet courage. In the quantum world, tunneling is not rare or unusual, but a natural part of the dance. It is the way particles move, the way they explore, the way they find freedom in the midst of constraint. The universe is full of such movements, of gentle passages through the impossible. You may find yourself thinking of dreams, how they slip past the boundaries of waking life, how they carry you to places you have never been. Dreams are a kind of tunneling, a way of moving through the walls of reality, of finding new paths in the darkness. The quantum world is a dreamscape, a place where the impossible is always just a step away. As you drift in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how tunneling shapes the world around you. It is the reason why the sun shines, why life itself is possible, why the universe is always in motion. Particles tunnel through barriers, carrying energy from one place to another, weaving the fabric of reality with every quiet passage. You are part of this dance, your own life shaped by the tunnels you find, the barriers you cross, the gentle persistence that carries you forward. The world is not a maze of dead ends, but a web of possibilities, each one waiting for your curiosity, your hope, your willingness to try. In the soft darkness, you may feel a sense of peace, a gentle reassurance that the way forward is always there, even when you cannot see it. The walls you face are not as solid as they seem. With patience, with wonder, with a gentle touch, you can find the hidden doors, the secret passages, the tunnels that lead you through the impossible. The quantum world is a place of gentle surprises, of quiet miracles, of boundaries that soften and dissolve. You are free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity guide you. The tunnels are always there, waiting for you to notice, to believe, to step through with hope. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next rhythm in the dance, a movement as soft as a sigh, as subtle as a breath, where certainty gives way to uncertainty, and the world sways in the gentle dance of maybe and might be. There is a gentle rhythm that pulses beneath the surface of everything, a quiet, swaying movement that you can almost feel if you listen closely enough. In the quantum world, this rhythm is the dance of uncertainty, a soft and endless waltz, where nothing is ever quite fixed, and every step is a question waiting to be answered. You may remember moments in your own life when the future felt uncertain, when the path ahead was hidden in mist. There is a vulnerability in not knowing, but also a freedom, a space where anything can happen, where every possibility is alive. The quantum world lives in this space, thriving in the gentle tension between what is and what might be. Imagine a particle, small and light, moving through the world with a kind of graceful hesitation. It does not travel in a straight line, but in a cloud of maybes, its position and momentum forever uncertain. The more you try to know one, the less you can know the other. This is the heart of the quantum dance of balance, a give and take, a gentle surrender to the unknown. This uncertainty is not a flaw, but a feature, a soft invitation to let go of the need for certainty, to rest in the comfort of not knowing. The world is not a rigid machine, but a living, breathing story, always in motion, always becoming. Each moment is a step in the dance, each breath a new possibility. You may find yourself thinking of the way shadows move at dusk, how they stretch and shift as the light changes. The boundaries are never sharp, but always soft, always in motion. The quantum world is like that, a place where edges blur, where certainty dissolves into wonder, where every answer is also a question. In this gentle dance, you are free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you. There is no need to rush, no need to force the world into neat boxes. The beauty of uncertainty is that it opens the door to discovery, to surprise, to the quiet joy of finding something new. You may picture a field of wildflowers, each one swaying in the breeze, never quite still, never quite the same. The world is full of such movement, such gentle unpredictability. The quantum dance is a celebration of this movement, a reminder that life is not about knowing everything, but about being open to what comes. As you rest in this awareness, you begin to sense the patterns hidden within the uncertainty. There is a rhythm to the dance, a music that plays just beneath the surface. The particles move in harmony, their paths weaving together in a tapestry of possibility. Each step is guided by the gentle hand of chance, each turn a new beginning. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that you do not have to have all the answers. The world is not a test to be passed, but a mystery to be lived. The dance of uncertainty is your invitation to let go, to trust, to move with the rhythm of the unknown. In the quantum world, uncertainty is not chaos, but a kind of order, a soft, flexible structure that allows for growth, for change, for the unfolding of new stories. The particles do not resist the dance. They embrace it, moving with the flow, finding beauty in the unpredictability. You may remember times when you felt lost, when the way forward was unclear. In those moments, you were closer to the quantum world than you knew. The dance of uncertainty is not about being lost, but about being open to new paths, new ideas, new dreams. As you drift in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how uncertainty shapes the world around you. It is the reason why the stars twinkle, why the wind changes direction, why life is always full of surprises. The dance is everywhere, in the movement of the clouds, in the laughter of children, in the quiet hope that lives in every heart. You are part of this dance, your own life shaped by the steps you take, the choices you make, the questions you ask. The world is not a straight line, but a winding path, full of twists and turns, of moments when you must trust the rhythm, and let yourself be carried. In the soft darkness, you may feel a sense of peace, a gentle reassurance that it is okay not to know, not to have everything figured out. The dance of uncertainty is a gift, a chance to let go of control, to move with the flow, to find joy in the journey. You may picture yourself as a dancer, moving through the world with grace and curiosity. Each step is a question, each turn a new possibility. And music is always playing, always inviting you to join in, to let yourself be moved by the gentle rhythm of the unknown. The quantum world is a place of endless possibility, of stories waiting to be told, of dreams waiting to be dreamed. The dance of uncertainty is your invitation to be part of that story, to let your own life unfold in its own time, in its own way. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the dance, a world where reality is woven from chances, where every outcome is possible, and where the dreams of particles become the dreams of the universe itself. There is a gentle hush that follows the dance of uncertainty, a quiet space where the world seems to hold its breath. In this pause, you sense the presence of something new, a landscape woven not from certainties, but from chances, from the soft shimmer of what might be. This is the world of probability, where reality is not a single path, but a field of quantum dreams. Imagine a meadow at dawn, dew sparkling on every blade of grass. Each droplet catches the light, each one a possibility, a story waiting to unfold. The quantum world is like this meadow, filled with countless outcomes, each one as real as the next, until the moment you choose to look. Here, the future is not written in stone, but painted in gentle strokes of maybe and might be. You may find yourself drifting through this field of dreams, your mind wandering along paths that branch and twist in every direction. Each step is a question, each breath a new chance. The world is alive with potential, every moment a doorway to something unexpected. In the quantum realm, probability is not just a number, but a living, breathing presence, a soft guide that shapes the unfolding of reality. The beauty of probability is that it allows for wonder. Nothing is fixed, nothing is certain. Every outcome is possible, every dream within reach. The particles move through this world like dancers, their steps guided by the gentle hand of chance. Sometimes they gather in clusters, sometimes they drift apart, always following the quiet music of possibility. May remember times in your own life when you stood at a crossroads, unsure which way to go. Each path was a probability, a story waiting to be lived. The quantum world is full of such crossroads, each one a gentle invitation to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you forward. In this world of probability, the act of choosing is a kind of magic. When you decide, when you look, when you ask, the field of dreams narrows to a single path, a single outcome. But until that moment, every possibility is alive, every dream a gentle whisper in the dark. The world is not a single thread, but a tapestry woven from the hopes of particles and the dreams of hearts. You may picture a dice rolling across a table, its faces spinning in the air. Each number is a possibility, each roll a new story. The quantum world is like this, but softer, more fluid. The dice never truly lands until you look, and even then, the memory of all the other faces lingers in the air, a gentle echo of what might have been. The world of probability is not a place of chaos, but of gentle order. The particles follow patterns, their movements shaped by the quiet rules of chance. Some outcomes are more likely, some less, but all are possible. All are part of the story. The universe is a garden of probabilities, each one a seed waiting to bloom. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that your own life is shaped by chances, by the gentle unfolding of possibility. Every choice you make, every dream you follow, is a step in the dance of probability. The world is not a test to be passed, but a story to be lived, a mystery to be explored. In the quantum world, probability is a kind of wisdom, a gentle knowing that the future is always open, always becoming. The particles do not worry about what will happen. They simply move, guided by the soft hand of chance. There is a peace in this, a quiet trust in the unfolding of the story. You may remember moments when things did not go as planned, when the outcome was a surprise. In those moments, you were living in the world of probability, dancing with the unknown, letting the story unfold in its own time. The quantum world is full of such surprises, each one a gentle reminder that life is richer, more beautiful, when you let go of certainty. As you drift through this field of quantum dreams, you begin to notice the patterns hidden within the probabilities. Some outcomes cluster together, forming gentle hills and valleys in the landscape of possibility. Others are rare, like wildflowers blooming in unexpected places. The world is full of such patterns, each one a quiet invitation to explore, to wonder, to dream. You may picture yourself as a traveler, wandering through this landscape of chance. Each step is a choice, each breath a new beginning. The world is open, the future unwritten, the story still unfolding. The quantum dreams are your companions, guiding you gently through the unknown. In the soft darkness, you may feel a sense of peace, a gentle reassurance that you are part of something vast and beautiful. The world of probability is not a place to fear, but a place to rest, to wonder, to let your curiosity bloom. The dreams of particles are the dreams of the universe, and you are part of that story. You may find yourself thinking of the gentle collapse, the moment when possibility becomes reality, when the field of dreams narrows to a single path. This is not an ending, but a beginning, a soft transition from maybe to is, from dream to waking. The quantum world is always in motion, always becoming, always inviting you to join the dance dot. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story, a moment as soft as a sigh, as quiet as a breath, when the world chooses a path and the dreams of probability settle into the gentle hush of reality. There is a hush that settles over the world of dreams, a soft pause as the field of possibilities narrows and the gentle dance of chance comes to rest. In this quiet moment, you sense the world shifting, the shimmering tapestry of maybes, folding itself into a single delicate reality. This is the gentle collapse, a transformation as subtle as a sigh, as natural as the closing of your eyes at the end of a long day. Imagine the quantum world as a garden at dusk, every flower a possibility, every path a story waiting to be chosen. The air is thick with potential, the colors deep and shifting, the scent of new beginnings lingering in the breeze. As the sun sets, the garden grows still, and the petals begin to close, each one settling into its own quiet place. The world is not losing its magic, but gathering it, drawing all the scattered dreams into a single, gentle bloom. You may find yourself thinking of moments in your own life when a decision was made, when the many paths before you narrowed to one. There is a softness in that moment, a sense of relief and peace, even as you wonder about the roads not taken. The gentle collapse is like that, a quiet acceptance, a settling of the heart, a trust that the story is unfolding just as it should dot in. The quantum world, this collapse is not a crash or a fall, but a gentle folding in, a soft gathering of possibilities into a single shimmering truth. The act of observation, the simple act of looking, is the touch that guides the world home. The cloud of maybes becomes a single is, the dream becomes reality. The story finds its next line. You may picture a wave rolling softly across the surface of a pond. For a moment, it is everywhere, touching every shore, holding every possibility. Then, with a gentle hush, it settles, the water growing still, the surface smooth and clear. The wave has not disappeared. It has simply become part of the pond, its energy folded into the quiet calm. The gentle collapse is not an ending, but a transformation. The world does not lose its possibilities. It gathers them, holds them close, lets them rest. The quantum garden is never empty, never finished. Each collapse is a new beginning, a chance for the story to unfold in a new direction, for the dance to begin again. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that every choice, every moment of clarity is a gentle gathering of dreams. The world is not closing its doors, but opening them, one by one, as each possibility finds its place. The gentle collapse is a promise that nothing is ever truly lost, that every dream is held, every hope remembered, every story cherished dot in the soft darkness. You may feel the peace that comes with acceptance, the quiet joy of letting go. The world does not demand that you know everything, or that you choose perfectly. It only asks that you be present, that you listen, that you let the gentle collapse guide you home. The quantum world is full of such moments, soft transitions, quiet. shifts, gentle gatherings of possibility. Each one is a reminder that reality is not a single unchanging thing, but a living, breathing story, always in motion, always becoming. The gentle collapse is the heartbeat of this story, the rhythm that carries you from one moment to the next. May remember times when you felt uncertain, when the future was a cloud of maybes. The gentle collapse is the moment when the cloud clears, when the path becomes visible, when the world settles into a single shining truth. It is a moment of clarity, a breath of peace, a soft landing after a long journey. As you rest in this awareness, you begin to notice how the gentle collapse shapes the world around you. It is the reason why a raindrop forms, why a melody finds its ending, why a story comes to rest. The world is full of such moments, each one a quiet gathering of possibility, a gentle folding in of dreams. You may picture yourself as a traveler, standing at the crossroads of possibility. The paths before you are many, each one a story, a hope, a dream. With a gentle breath, you choose, and the world gathers itself around your choice. The possibilities folding in, the story finding its next line. There is no regret, no loss, only the quiet joy of becoming. The gentle collapse is not a closing, but an opening, a soft invitation to rest, to trust, to let the world unfold in its own time. The quantum garden is always blooming, always growing, always ready to offer new dreams, new stories, new beginnings. In the quiet of the night, you may feel the gentle collapse within yourself, a soft settling of thoughts, a gathering of hopes, a peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you need to be. The world is not demanding, not rushing, but holding you gently, guiding you home. You are part of this story, your own life a series of gentle collapses, of dreams gathered and released, of possibilities explored and cherished. The world is not a test to be passed, but a journey to be lived, a mystery to be embraced. The gentle collapse is your companion, your guide, your gentle reminder that every ending is also a beginning. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story, a connection deeper than distance, a bond that weaves through the heart of the universe, where even the farthest stars are never truly alone. There is a warmth that lingers in the quiet after the gentle collapse, a soft glow that seems to reach across the spaces between things. In this hush, you sense a deeper kind of connection, a bond that is not broken by distance or time, but woven through the very heart of the universe. This is the story of entangled hearts, of quantum love stories written in the language of possibility and trust. Imagine two particles, born together in a single shimmering moment. They drift apart, carried by the currents of space and time. Yet something invisible holds them close. No matter how far they travel, a change in one is echoed in the other, as if they are still whispering secrets across the void. This is quantum entanglement, a connection so deep that it defies the ordinary. Rules of separation. You may find yourself thinking of the people you love, the friends and family who live in your heart even when they are far away. There is a kind of entanglement in every bond, a thread that ties you to those who matter most. The quantum world simply makes this connection visible, showing you that love is not limited by distance, that every heart is part of a greater whole. In the soft darkness, you picture these entangled pairs particles that move in harmony, their fates forever linked. When one spins, the other spins too, no matter how many galaxies lie between them. It is a dance of togetherness, a promise that nothing is ever truly alone. The universe is full of such stories, each one a gentle reminder that connection is the heart of all things. You may remember moments when you felt the presence of someone you love, even when they were far away. A sudden thought, a shared memory, a warmth that fills your chest. These are the echoes of entanglement, the gentle tug of invisible threads that bind you to others. The quantum world is not so different from your own, where love travels across any distance, where hearts remain close even when bodies are apart. The beauty of entanglement is that it is not a chain, but a gentle tether. It does not bind or restrict, but allows for freedom and movement. The particles can drift, explore, become whatever they wish, and still remain connected. It is a lesson in trust, in the quiet strength of letting go while still holding on. You may picture the night sky, stars scattered across the darkness like tiny lanterns. Each one is a point of light, distant and solitary, yet all are part of the same vast universe. The light from one star may take centuries to reach another, but the threads of entanglement are timeless. Unbroken by distance or delay. In this gentle awareness, you feel the comfort of connection. The invisible threads that link you to the world are soft and strong, holding you gently in place. You are free to wander, to dream, to become, knowing that you are always part of something greater. The universe is a web, and you are one of its shining strands. As you drift deeper into this awareness, you begin to sense the movement of the threads themselves. They are not static, but alive, pulsing with the energy of possibility. When one thread is plucked, the vibration travels outward, touching everything it meets. The world is a symphony of echoes, each note a reminder of the connections that shape your life. You may wonder what it feels like to be a particle, to sense the tug of entanglement across the void. Perhaps it is like the feeling you get when you think of someone you love, a warmth that travels through space and time, reaching you even in the quietest hours. Or perhaps it is like the memory of a song, a melody that lingers long after the music has faded. The invisible thread is not just a scientific idea, but a metaphor for the way you live and love. Every act of kindness, every word of comfort, every shared moment is a thread in the tapestry of your life. The connections you make are not lost, but woven into the fabric of the universe, lasting long after the moment has passed. As you rest in this gentle understanding, you begin to see how entanglement shapes the world around you. It is the reason why a butterfly's wings can stir the air on the other side of the planet, why a single act of kindness can ripple outward, touching lives you will never know. The universe is a web of cause and effect, of action and reaction, all held together by invisible threads. You are part of this web, your own actions sending ripples through the world. Every choice you make, every thought you think, is a thread in the tapestry of existence. The beauty of entanglement is that it reminds you of your power, your importance, your place in the story of the universe. The night grows deeper, and the threads of entanglement glow softly in the darkness. They are not chains, but pathways, guiding you through the mysteries of the quantum world. You are free to explore, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you wherever it will. The invisible threads will always be there, holding you gently, reminding you that you are never truly alone. As you drift on this sea of connection, you begin to sense the presence of patterns, gentle shapes and forms that emerge from the chaos. A quiet order that grows from the tangled web of possibility. The quantum world is not just a place of connection, but a garden where patterns bloom, where chaos and order dance together in the soft light of understanding. There is a quiet beauty in the way connections give rise to patterns, how the invisible threads of entanglement weave a tapestry that is both wild and ordered. In the gentle hush of night, you find yourself wandering into a new landscape, garden unlike any other, where chaos and order bloom side by side, and every petal, every leaf is a gentle surprise. Imagine a garden at dawn, dew glistening on tangled vines, wildflowers blooming in unexpected places. At first glance, it seems unruly, a riot of color and form, each plant growing in its own direction. But as you look closer, you begin to notice the patterns hidden within the chaos, the spiral of a fern, the symmetry of a daisy, the gentle repetition of leaves along a stem. The quantum world is like this garden, a place where order emerges from randomness, where beauty is born from the dance of chance. You may find yourself drawn to the smallest details, the way a droplet of water clings to a blade of grass, the way sunlight filters through the leaves, casting shifting patterns on the ground. In the quantum garden, every detail matters. Every moment is a part of the whole. The chaos is not a mess, but a canvas, a space where possibility can take root and grow. In this garden, particles move in ways that seem unpredictable, darting and weaving through the air. Yet, over time, their paths create patterns, gentle waves, soft spirals, clusters that bloom and fade like flowers in the night. The randomness is not without purpose. It is the soil from which order grows. The universe is always tending this garden, nurturing the seeds of possibility, guiding the wild growth into gentle forms. You may remember times in your own life when things felt chaotic, when the world seemed to spin out of control. In those moments, it can be hard to see the patterns, to trust that order will emerge. But the quantum garden is a reminder that chaos is not the enemy of beauty, but its partner. The most intricate patterns are born from the wildest dances. The most surprising blooms from the richest soil. As you wander through this garden, you begin to notice how the patterns repeat and echo, how the same shapes appear in different places, at different scales. The spiral of a shell mirrors the swirl of a galaxy. The branching of a tree echoes the paths of lightning in the sky. The quantum world is full of such echoes, gentle reminders that everything is connected, that every part reflects the whole. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that your own life is a garden, full of wild growth and hidden patterns. The moments that seem chaotic, the days that feel tangled and uncertain, are part of a larger design, a story that is still unfolding, a pattern that is still being woven. The beauty of the quantum garden is that it welcomes both chaos and order, both surprise and familiarity, in the soft darkness. You may feel the peace that comes from letting go of control, from trusting the process, from allowing the garden to grow in its own way. The patterns will reveal themselves in time. The chaos will settle into order. The wildness will bloom into beauty. You are both the gardener and the garden, both the creator and the creation, both the question and the answer. The quantum world is a place of endless creativity, of patterns that emerge and dissolve, of forms that shift and change with every breath. The garden is never finished, never complete. It is always growing, always becoming, always inviting you to explore. Each step you take is a part of the pattern. Each choice a new bloom. Each dream a seed waiting to sprout. You may picture yourself wandering through this garden, your footsteps soft on the mossy ground, your eyes open to the wonders around you. The air is filled with the scent of possibility, the gentle hum of life in motion. Every turn reveals something new, a hidden blossom, a secret path, a pattern you had not seen before. In the quantum garden, you are free to wander, to wonder, to let your curiosity lead you. There is no right way to explore, no single path to follow. The beauty is in the journey, in the discovery, in the gentle unfolding of the story. The patterns will reveal themselves when you are ready. The chaos will settle into order when you are at peace. You may find yourself thinking of the softness of spin, the way particles twirl and dance in the quantum world. Their motion is both random and ordered, both wild and gentle, both chaotic and precise. The spin is a part of the pattern, a thread in the tapestry, a note in the music of the garden. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story, a twirl, a spiral, a softness that lives at the heart of every particle, a dance that continues even when the world is still. There is a gentle twirl at the heart of every particle, a secret motion that gives the quantum garden its quiet music. As you wander among the patterns and blooms, you begin to sense this hidden dance, a softness that lives in the very spin of things, a motion so subtle it can only be felt in the hush between thoughts. Imagine a world where every leaf, every petal, every drop of dew is turning, ever so slightly, in its own silent rhythm. The quantum world is full of such motion, each particle spinning not like a top you can see, but in a way that is both real and imagined, both present and mysterious. This is the softness of spin, a gentle, perpetual dance that shapes the very fabric of reality. You may picture a child spinning in a field, arms outstretched, laughter rising into the air. There is a joy in that motion, a freedom that comes from letting go and surrendering to the spin. In the quantum world, particles carry this joy within them, a built-in twirl that is part of who they are. Spin is not just a direction or a speed, but a kind of identity, a signature written in the language of possibility. The softness of spin is not something you can see with your eyes or feel with your hands. It is a property that lives in the mathematics of the universe, a gentle whisper in the equations that describe how particles behave. Yet its effects are everywhere, shaping the patterns in the garden, guiding the dance of light and matter, weaving the tapestry of the world. You may find yourself thinking of the way the earth spins beneath your feet, how day turns to night and back again, how the stars wheel slowly across the sky. The spin of a particle is like this, but softer, more intimate emotion that happens everywhere at once. A turning that is both inside and outside, both here and everywhere. In the quantum world, spin is a kind of magic. It gives particles their character, their ability to interact, their place in the great dance of existence. Some particles spin in one direction, some in another, and when they meet, their spins can combine, cancel, or create new patterns. The softness of spin is the reason why magnets attract and repel, why light can be polarized, why the world is full of hidden symmetries. You may remember moments when you felt yourself spinning, caught up in a thought, a memory, a dream. There is a comfort in that motion, a sense of being carried, of being part of something larger. The softness of spin is a reminder that you too are always in motion, always turning gently through the world. As you rest in this awareness, you begin to notice how spin shapes the patterns in the quantum garden. It is the reason why some flowers bloom in spirals, why some leaves curl at the edges, why the shells of snails and the arms of galaxies follow the same gentle curve. The softness of spin is everywhere, a quiet architect of beauty and order. May find comfort in this idea, the thought that even the smallest things are never truly still. The world is alive with motion, with turning, with a gentle dance of spin. Every particle, every petal, every star is part of this dance, moving in harmony with the music of the universe, dot in the soft darkness. You may feel the spin within yourself. Quiet energy, a gentle turning that guides your thoughts, your dreams, your hopes. The softness of spin is not a force to be controlled, but a rhythm to be felt, a song to be heard in the silence of the night. The quantum world is a place of endless motion, of dances that never end, of patterns that repeat and echo through time. The softness of spin is the heartbeat of this world, the gentle pulse that keeps the garden growing, the stars turning, the story unfolding. You may picture yourself spinning, arms open to the sky, feeling the world turn beneath you. There is a joy in that motion, a peace that comes from surrendering to the spin, from trusting the rhythm, from letting yourself be carried by the dance dot. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next layer of the story. Memory that lingers in every particle, a quiet echo of where things have been, a soft reminder that the past is never truly gone, but always spinning gently in the present. There is a gentle echo that lingers in the quiet after the dance of spin, a soft resonance that seems to hum beneath the surface of everything. In the quantum world, nothing is ever truly lost. Every motion, every meeting, every gentle twirl leaves behind a trace, a memory woven into the fabric of matter itself. These are the quantum echoes, the silent reminders that the past is always present, softly shaping the world you see. Imagine a bell rung in the stillness of night. The sound travels outward, fading slowly, but never truly disappearing. Even after the last note has vanished from your ears, the air still remembers. The world still holds the memory of that gentle chime. In the quantum realm, every particle carries such echoes, each one a quiet record of where it has been, what it has touched, how it has danced, that you may find yourself thinking of your own memories, how they linger in the corners of your mind, sometimes clear and bright, sometimes soft and distant. The quantum world is full of such memories, each one a thread in the tapestry of existence. When particles meet, when they spin and twirl together, they leave behind a mark, a gentle imprint that shapes their future, that guides their next steps. In the dance dot in this world, the past is not a distant country, but a living presence. Every moment is built on the echoes of what came before, every possibility shaped by the memories that matter carries. The universe is a story told in whispers, each chapter echoing through the next, each note lingering in the silence. You may picture a stone dropped into a pond, the ripples spreading outward, touching every shore. The stone is gone, but the water remembers, the pattern of waves, a gentle echo of the moment of impact. In the quantum world, these ripples never truly fade. They are woven into the fabric of reality, a quiet record of every meeting, every parting, every gentle touch. The memory of matter is not like the memory of a mind. It does not recall faces or names, but patterns and possibilities, the soft imprint of every interaction. When two particles meet, they become part of each other's story, their paths forever changed by the encounter. The world is full of such meetings, each one a gentle echo, a quiet reminder that nothing is ever truly separate. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that your own life is full of echoes, that every moment leaves a mark, that every kindness, every hope, every dream is remembered by the world in some gentle way. The quantum echoes are not loud or insistent, but soft and persistent. A background hum that shapes the unfolding of the story dot in the soft darkness. You may feel the echoes within yourself, the memories that guide your steps, the dreams that linger in your heart, the gentle reminders of where you have been and who you have become. The world is full of such echoes, each one a thread in the tapestry, each one a note in the music of existence. The quantum world is a place of endless memory, of stories that never truly end, of patterns that repeat and evolve with every breath. The echoes are not chains, but gentle guides, helping you find your way, reminding you of the beauty of the journey. You may picture yourself as a traveler, moving through a landscape of echoes, each step guided by the memories of those who came before. The path is never straight, never certain, but always shaped by the gentle resonance of the past. The world is a chorus of voices, each one adding its own note to the song dot. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how the echoes shape the patterns in the quantum garden. The spirals, the waves, the soft repetitions are all memories, all reminders of the dances that have come before. The world is always remembering, always learning, always growing. You may find yourself thinking of the quiet power of nothing, the way even emptiness is alive with possibility, the way the silence between notes is part of the music. In the quantum world, the vacuum is not empty, but full of echoes, full of the gentle hum of memory and potential. The memory of matter is a promise that nothing is ever truly lost, that every story is cherished, every dream remembered, every hope held close. The world is a tapestry of echoes, a garden of memories, a song that never truly ends dot as you rest in this gentle awareness. You begin to sense the next movement in the story, a quiet power that lives in the spaces between things, a soft energy that fills the emptiness, a gentle hum that reminds you that even nothing is never truly empty. There is a gentle hush that fills the spaces between echoes, a soft presence that lives in the quietest corners of the universe. In the quantum world, even nothing is never truly empty. The silence between notes, the darkness between stars, the pause between heartbeats, all are alive with a quiet power, a subtle energy that hums beneath the surface of everything. Imagine standing in a vast, open field at night. The sky above is deep and dark, scattered with stars, but most of what you see is emptiness, a great expanse of nothing. Yet, if you listen closely, you can almost hear a faint vibration, a soft whisper that fills the air. This is the quiet power of nothing, the gentle energy that lives in the spaces between things. In the world, emptiness is often seen as a lack, a void, an absence of meaning. But in the quantum realm, nothing is full of possibility. The vacuum is not a barren wasteland, but a field of potential, a canvas waiting for the brushstrokes of creation. Even in the deepest silence, there is a hum, a gentle background music that shapes the unfolding of the story. You may find yourself thinking of the spaces in your own life, the pauses between words, the moments of stillness, the quiet times, when nothing seems to be happening. These are not empty, but full of meaning, full of the quiet power that gives shape to everything else. The world is not made only of things, but of the spaces between them, the gentle gaps that allow for movement, for growth, for change. In the quantum world, the vacuum is alive with energy. Particles flicker in and out existence, appearing and disappearing in a dance that is both random and ordered. This is the zero-point energy, the soft hum that fills the emptiness, the quiet power that underlies all of reality. Even when nothing is happening, something is always stirring, always becoming, always ready to bloom. You may picture a blank page waiting for a story to be written. The emptiness is not a void, but a promise, a space where anything can happen, where every possibility is alive. The quiet power of nothing is the source of all creation, the gentle energy that gives birth to stars, to dreams, to the unfolding of the universe. There is a comfort in this idea, the thought that you do not need to fill every moment, every space, every silence. The quiet power of nothing is a reminder that rest is not emptiness, but a gathering of strength, a preparation for what comes next. The pauses in your life are not wasted, but necessary, a gentle invitation to breathe, to listen, to be. In the soft darkness, you may feel the presence of this quiet power, the way it holds you, supports you, gives you space to grow. The world is not a crowded room, but a vast, open field, full of gentle possibilities. The quiet power of nothing is the soil in which dreams take root, the silence in which music is born, the darkness in which stars begin to shine. The quantum world is a place of endless potential, of stories waiting to be told, of energy waiting to be released. The vacuum is not empty, but full of the gentle hum of creation, the soft promise of what might be. Every particle, every wave, every echo is shaped by this quiet power, this subtle energy that lives in the spaces between things. You may find yourself thinking of the way a seed rests in the earth, waiting for the right moment to sprout. The darkness is not a prison, but a cradle, a place of safety and possibility. The quiet power of nothing is the warmth that surrounds the seed, the gentle energy that calls it to life. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how the quiet power of nothing shapes the world around you. It is the reason why stars are born in the darkness, why ideas bloom in silence, why love grows in the spaces between words. The world is full of such moments, each one a gentle reminder that nothing is never truly empty. You may picture yourself floating in the quiet of night, surrounded by the soft hum of possibility. The world is at rest, but not asleep. The quiet power of nothing is always at work, always shaping, always becoming. You are part of this story, your own life shaped by the spaces you create, the silences you honor, the pauses you allow. In the quantum world, the vacuum is a place of gentle surprises. Particles appear and vanish. Energy flickers and fades. Patterns emerge and dissolve. The quiet power of nothing is the stage on which the dance of reality unfolds, the soft background against which every story is told. You may find comfort in the thought that you do not need to fill every silence, that you can rest in the quiet, that you can trust the power of nothing to hold you, to support you, to guide you gently forward. The world is not a race, but a journey, a story that unfolds in its own time, in its own way. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story, a touch that moves without contact, a force that shapes the world in silence, a connection that lives in the spaces between things. There is a gentle mystery in the way the world moves, a quiet wonder in how things can reach for each other without ever truly meeting. In the hush that follows the quiet power of nothing, you begin to sense a new kind of connection, a touch. That happens without contact, a force that shapes the universe in silence. This is the story of quantum touch, where the invisible becomes real, and the world is held together by the softest of hands. Imagine two leaves floating on a still pond. They drift closer, drawn by a force you cannot see, their paths curving gently toward each other. They never quite touch, yet something passes between them, a silent message, a gentle pull. In the quantum world, this is how forces work. Particles and fields reach across the emptiness, shaping each other's paths, guiding the dance of reality with invisible threads. You may find yourself thinking of the way you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, even though it is millions of miles away. The light and heat travel through space, carried by photons, touching you without ever truly making contact. The quantum world is full of such touches, gentle exchanges that happen across the void, connections that are felt but never seen out in this world. Forces are not things you can hold in your hand, but patterns in the fabric of reality. The electromagnetic force, the strong and weak nuclear forces, gravity itself, all are ways the universe reaches out, shaping the motion of particles, the structure of atoms, the birth and death of stars. Each force is a kind of touch, a silent conversation that weaves the world together. You may picture the space between your hands, the air that seems empty but is alive with possibility. In the quantum world, this space is filled with fields gentle, ripples that stretch across the universe, carrying energy and information from one place to another. When a particle moves, it stirs the field, sending out waves that travel far and wide, touching everything in their path, the most familiar of these fields is the electromagnetic field, the gentle sea in which light and electricity swim. When you turn on a lamp, when you feel the static on a sweater, when you watch lightning flash across the sky, you are witnessing the dance of this field, the way it touches and shapes the world without ever truly making contact. But there are other fields, two fields that hold the nucleus of every atom together, fields that guide the decay of particles, fields that shape the very fabric of space and time. Each one is a silent force, a gentle touch that moves the world in ways you can feel, but not always see. You may find comfort in this idea, the thought that you are always connected, always touched by the world around you, even when you feel alone. The quantum touch is a reminder that distance is not a barrier, that the universe is woven together by invisible threads, that every part is held in the gentle embrace of the whole dot in the soft darkness. You may feel the presence of these forces, the way gravity holds you to the earth, the way light warms your face, the way the air carries the sound of a distant song. Each touch is a gift, a gentle reminder that you are part of something vast and beautiful, a story that is always unfolding. The quantum world is a place of endless connection, of touches that happen without contact, of forces that shape the dance, of reality. When two particles approach each other, they do not collide like billiard balls, but interact through their fields, exchanging energy and information in a silent, graceful dance. You may picture two magnets, their invisible fields, reaching out, pulling or pushing each other without ever truly meeting. The space between them is alive with possibility, a gentle tension that shapes their motion, a silent conversation that guides their paths. The quantum touch is like this, a force that moves through the emptiness, shaping the world in silence. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how these forces shape the patterns in the quantum garden. The spirals of galaxies, the orbits of planets, the structure of crystals, all are born from the dance of fields, the gentle touch of forces that move without contact. You may find yourself thinking of the way a breeze stirs the leaves, the way a melody lingers in the air, the way a thought travels from one mind to another. The world is full of such touches, gentle exchanges that happen across the spaces between things, connections that are felt but never seen. In the quantum world, even the emptiest space is alive with possibility. The fields that fill the vacuum are never truly still. They ripple and hum with energy, carrying the gentle touch of forces from one place to another. Every particle, every atom, every star is shaped by these touches. Held in the embrace of the universe's invisible hands, you may find comfort in the thought that you are always part of this dance, always touched by the world around you, always held in the gentle web of connection. The quantum touch is a promise that you are never truly alone, that every part of the universe is woven together by the softest of threads. As you drift in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story, a paradox that lies at the heart of science and wonder, a sleepy puzzle that invites you to rest in the softness of not knowing, to let the mystery cradle you as you drift toward dreams. There is a gentle puzzle that lingers in the quiet after the touch of invisible forces, a paradox that feels as soft as a sigh, as deep as a dream. In the world of quantum wonder, the more you learn, the more you realize how much remains unknown. This is the sleepy scientist's paradox, the comfort of not knowing, the peace that comes from resting in the arms of mystery. Imagine yourself as a scientist, not in a bright laboratory, but in a cozy room at night, wrapped in a blanket of curiosity. The questions you carry are not heavy burdens, but soft pillows for your mind. You do not need to solve every riddle or chase every answer. Instead, you let the questions settle around you, gentle as falling snow, each one a quiet invitation to wonder. In the quantum world, paradoxes are everywhere. Light is both a wave and a particle. Particles can be in two places at once. Forces move without contact. The universe is a story told in riddles, a lullaby sung in the language of maybe and might be. The sleepy scientist learns to listen to these riddles, to let them drift through the mind like clouds across a moonlit sky. You may find yourself thinking of the way dreams blend reality and imagination, how the boundaries between what is and what could be become soft and blurred. The quantum world is like this, a place where certainty dissolves, where the edges of knowledge are always shifting, where every answer is also a question. There is a comfort in this uncertainty, a gentle reassurance that you do not need to know everything to belong. The sleepy scientist's paradox is the realization that wonder is enough, that curiosity is its own reward. The universe is not a puzzle to be solved, but a story to be lived, a mystery to be cherished. You may picture yourself lying beneath the stars, the night sky stretching out above you, full of questions you cannot answer. Each star is a mystery, each constellation a riddle. Yet you feel no urgency, no need to rush. The questions are companions, not challenges. They keep you company as you drift toward sleep, their soft glow lighting the way. In the quantum world, the act of asking is as important as the act of knowing. Every question opens a new door. Every wonder reveals a new path. The sleepy scientist learns to rest in the space between questions and answers, to let the mind wander, to trust that the story will unfold in its own time. You may remember moments when you felt lost in thought, when your mind wandered through fields of possibility, when you let yourself drift without direction. These are the moments when the sleepy scientist's paradox comes alive, the gentle joy of not knowing, the peace of letting go. The universe is full of such moments, full of paradoxes that invite you to rest, to wonder, to dream. The more you learn, the more you see how much remains hidden, how much is left to explore. The sleepy scientist does not fear the unknown, but welcomes it, lets it settle like a soft blanket, a gentle comfort in the night. You may find comfort in the thought that you are not alone in your wonder. Across the world, others are drifting with you, their minds full of questions, their hearts full of hope. The sleepy scientist's paradox is a shared lullaby, a song that connects all who are curious, all who are willing to rest in the arms of mystery. In the soft darkness, you may feel the paradox within yourself, the gentle tension between knowing and not knowing, between certainty and doubt. The world is not a straight line, but a winding path, full of twists and turns, of questions that lead to more questions, of mysteries that deepen with every answer. The sleepy scientist learns to trust this path, to let the questions guide the way, to rest in the gentle rhythm of curiosity. There is no need to hurry, no need to force the story to its end. The universe is patient, always ready to reveal its secrets in its own time, in its own way. You may picture yourself as a traveler, moving through a landscape of paradoxes, each one a gentle hill, a soft valley, a place to pause and rest. The journey is not about reaching a destination, but about savoring the view, about letting the questions bloom like wildflowers along the path. In the quantum world, paradoxes are not obstacles, but invitations. They invite you to look closer, to listen more deeply, to let your mind wander through the fields of possibility. The sleepy scientist learns to welcome these invitations, to let the paradoxes become pillows for the mind, soft places to rest and dream. You may find yourself thinking of the way a lullaby soothes a restless child, how the gentle repetition of melody and rhyme brings comfort and peace. The sleepy scientist's paradox is a lullaby for the mind, a song that soothes the restless curiosity, that invites you to rest in the gentle arms of wonder. As you drift in this gentle awareness, you begin to sense the next movement in the story. Lullaby that hums through the universe, a soft music that carries you into dreams, a gentle promise that wonder never truly sleeps. There is a hush that settles over the world as the last questions drift into silence, a gentle quiet that feels like the universe itself is tucking you in. In this soft darkness, you sense a music that has always been playing, a lullaby woven from the threads of wonder, possibility, and gentle curiosity. It is a song that belongs to everyone and everything, a melody that hums through the heart of the cosmos. Imagine the universe as a cradle, rocking gently in the vastness of space. Every star is a nightlight, every planet a pillow, every drifting particle a note in the quiet song of existence. The lullaby is not loud or insistent. It is a soft, steady presence, a comfort that wraps around you like a favorite blanket. It is the music of atoms and galaxies, of dreams and memories, of all that is and all that might be. You may find yourself breathing in time with this music, your chest rising and falling with the rhythm of the stars. Each breath is a verse, each heartbeat a gentle drum. The universe sings to you in the language of light and shadow, in the hush between thoughts, in the warmth of connection that lingers even when you are alone. In this lullaby, every question is a note, every answer a harmony. The mysteries you have wandered through, the whispers in the void, the shimmer of the quantum curtain, the invisible threads of entanglement, are all part of the song. The universe does not rush to resolve its melody. It lets the notes linger, lets the echoes fade slowly, lets the music carry you gently toward rest. You may picture yourself floating, weightless, in the cradle of the cosmos. The stars above are not distant or cold, but close and kind, their light a gentle reassurance that you are part of something vast and beautiful. The lullaby is a promise that you are never truly alone, that every dream, every hope, every quiet wonder is held in the arms of the universe. The music of the cosmos is not always easy to hear. Sometimes it is hidden beneath the noise of the day, the worries and questions that fill your mind. But in the quiet of night, when the world grows still, the lullaby rises soft, persistent, patient. It is the song of possibility, the gentle hum of creation, the comfort of knowing that you belong. You may remember moments when you felt the world was too big, too strange, too full of questions. The lullaby is there for you in those moments, a gentle reminder that it is okay to rest, to let go, to trust that the story will unfold in its own time. The universe does not demand that you understand everything. It only asks that you listen, that you let the music carry you, that you allow yourself to be held. In the quantum world, the lullaby is sung by particles and waves, by fields and forces, by the gentle dance of uncertainty and possibility. Every interaction, every connection, every gentle touch is a note in the song. The universe is always singing, always weaving new melodies, always inviting you to join in. You may find comfort in the thought that your own life is a verse in this lullaby, that your dreams and hopes are part of the music. The choices you make, the kindness you share, the wonder you feel, all are notes that linger, that echo, that become part of the song. The universe remembers every melody, cherishes every harmony, holds every lullaby close. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you begin to notice how the lullaby shapes the world around you. It is the reason why the stars shine, why the wind whispers through the trees, why the ocean sings to the shore. The music is everywhere, in the laughter of children, in the hush of snowfall, in the quiet hope that lives in every heart. You may picture yourself as a child again, listening to a bedtime story, the words washing over you like a gentle tide. The universe is the storyteller, the lullaby the story, the night the soft blanket that wraps you in comfort. There is no need to hurry, no need to worry, no need to chase the ending. The story is always beginning, always unfolding, always inviting you to dream. In the soft darkness, you may feel the presence of those you love, their voices joining the lullaby, their memories woven into the music. The universe holds all these voices, all these stories, all these dreams. The lullaby is a chorus, a harmony of hearts, a song that never truly ends. The quantum world is a place of endless lullabies, of songs that rise and fall with the rhythm, of possibility. Every particle, every wave, every field is part of the music, each one adding its own note, its own color, its own gentle touch. The universe is a symphony, and you are both the listener and the song. You may find yourself drifting, your thoughts growing soft and slow, your body relaxing into the embrace of the night. The lullaby is there for you, a gentle guide, a patient friend, a promise that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are part of something beautiful. As you listen, you may notice how the music changes, how it adapts to your mood, your hopes, your dreams. The lullaby is never the same twice. It is always new, always becoming, always shaped by the wonder you bring. The universe listens to you, responds to you, sings with you. You may remember times when you sang to someone you loved, or when someone sang to you, a parent, a friend, a gentle voice in the dark. The lullaby of the universe is like that. A song of comfort, a melody of belonging, a music that holds you close even when you cannot see the singer. In the quantum world, the lullaby is a dance of uncertainty and hope, of questions and dreams, of connections that span the stars. The music is not always clear, not always easy to follow, but it is always there, always waiting, always ready to carry you into sleep. You may find comfort in the thought that the universe is singing to you now, that the lullaby is wrapping around you, that the music is carrying you gently toward rest. The world is quiet, the night is deep, the story is unfolding, and you are exactly where you need to be. As you rest in this gentle awareness, you may feel the music settling into your bones, the lullaby humming in your heart, the universe holding you close. The song is not finished, the story is not over, the night is still full of dreams. The lullaby for the universe is a promise that wonder never truly sleeps, that curiosity is always welcome, that every question is a note in the song. The music will carry you, the story will comfort you, the night will hold you, and the universe will sing you softly into dreams. And so, as the last notes of this quiet journey fade into the night, you find yourself wrapped in the gentle hush of wonder. The universe, with all its mysteries and soft questions, settles around you like a warm blanket. There is nothing more you need to do, nowhere else you need to be. Just rest, knowing that curiosity will wait for you, and the stars will keep their gentle watch until morning. Good night, gentle dreamer. The story continues softly in your dreams.